everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on Top Shelf Oldies. Want to welcome you to the May 7th, 2016 Vinyl Treasure Show. It's for the 1950s and early 60s. We get back to that as we do it for 3 Saturdays of the month. The last Saturday, of course, was last week. Was my 1964 and later sounds out of my collection. We opened up tonight's 50s show with the band leader from Bolivar County, Mississippi. Started doing sessions for Al Sheridan's Chance label back in 1952, but became the house band for a certain time on Vivian Carter's VJ record label, and actually her subsidiary labels, and he gets label credit on many of the VJ releases on a lot of the Eldorados, a lot of the Magnificence, etc. But he also had some releases on his own. This was his second of 3 that he recorded on the VJ subsidiary Falcon Records, which later on became Abner. But that was Al Smith. Al Smith from November 1957 on Falcon. Al Smith with a tune called Roadhouse. And that one also featured Lefty Bates on guitar. And Lefty Bates later on had his own band, did a lot of great sounds up in the Chicago area. Well, anyway, enough of my babbling here with the instrumental. Let's start her off with the vocal portion as we open up with this rockin' tune by this famous group of brothers out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They also, out of Cincinnati, Ohio, their debut single came out on the Teenage label back in 1957, and they continued to record for 6 decades now. 6 decades, and they are the only act to have a top 40 pop hit on the Billboard charts in 5 consecutive decades. They are the only group to do that. But after their Teenage release, they signed with George Goldner and had releases on his labels, various labels, Mark X, Cindy, and Gone. And here is the first of 2 they recorded on the Gone label, featuring Ronald Isley on lead. Here are the Isley Brothers. This one from February 1958. The Isley Brothers on Gone with their tune called I Wanna Know. Baby, will you be mine?
I wanna know, yeah. Baby, will you be mine? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, will you be mine? You know love will love me all the time. No need of making a scene. You know exactly what I mean. I wanna know. Oh yeah, baby, will you be mine? Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you need a little loving, I'll be there. If you need a little hugging, I'll be there. If you need a little kissing, I'll be there. Well, I'm begging, won't you listen? I'll be there. I wanna know, yeah, baby, will you be mine? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Almost sounded like a little Richard piano on there, but those are the Isley Brothers. Isley Brothers from February 1958 to open up the vocal portion of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Ronald Isley on lead there, the first of two they recorded on George Goldner's Gone record label. I play that record a lot. Gonna have to get another copy there. I hear some surface noise on that one. The Isley Brothers with their tune, the actual official title on the label, it's I Wanna Know, parentheses, Baby Will You Be Mine. Well, you'll be mine every Saturday night from 10 to midnight right here on Top Shelf Oldies. I'm spinning 1950s and early 60s original vinyl, no MP3s, no CDs. I am the only show on Top Shelf Oldies, I think, for the most part, at least doing a live show that plays all vinyl. I think there are definitely DJs on Top Shelf Oldies that play their records. That is for sure. I know my buddy Dave the Rave, he does that, and a few of the others for sure, but it's all 45s all the time. So let's continue here. I posted a copy or my label scan of this next record, got a lot of action, and I think it got a lot of action because a lot of people know this song. Maybe they didn't know it when it first came out in May of 1958, but you all know this next song by this group from Campbell, Ohio, and this song, first released in 1958, did not become a hit. Not become a hit until 1961 when High Weiss released it on the Twin label. That's when it became a hit, when he put it out on Twin Records, which I think was in April of 61. But initially it came out on Foster Johnson's dub label out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And for you collectors out there, the true first presses of the 45 are done with RCA stampers, which are like these numbers stamped in the dead wax, which is basically on, I wouldn't say every single RCA press, but the majority of them, 99%, have the RCA stampers. And if you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, and I'm featuring that. And the first presses had an error in the title. The error in the title was that the first word of the song, Llama, was supposed to be Rama, but they spelt it with an L, Llama. We're going to hear the original right now. Features George Jones Jr. He also wrote the tune. This one from May of 58. You know I'm talking about the Edsels on dub with the original version of Llama Rama Ding Dong.
Rabba labba 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 ding dong, rabba labba 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 ding.
That is the original version from May 1958. Mr. George Jones Jr. on lead. Those are the Etzels. Featured it on the Dub, D-U-B, the Dub label. Lama Rama Ding Dong is the name of that one. Again, High Weiss got involved with that record. Put it out on that Orange Twin label. Styrene Press put it out in April of 61. My aunt bought the 1961 45 of that, which I broke, by the way. Much easier to break styrene 45s than the vinyl. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue here. Alan Freed was very instrumental with the popularity of this next group, as they really did not find success until they signed with Leonard Chess and his Chess record label. But Alan managed them, and their debut single came out on Freed's label, was called Champagne Records. I Just Can't Tell No Lie. I have featured it here. It's been a while. Going to pull that record out again to play sometime soon. But he became their manager and set them up on Art Sheridan's Chance label. And here is their first of 5 they recorded on the Chance label, written by group member Harvey Fuqua and, of course, Alan Freed. You got to put his name in there. He was their manager. He said, look, I need a piece of the pie. Yes, I do. And these come out on red vinyl, the originals. The originals come out on red vinyl. It features Bobby Lester on lead. Here are the Great Moonglows on Chance. Their first release on Chance, we go back to October 1953, the Moonglows with their tune called Whistle My Love.
Oh, whistle my love,
Whistle my pretty baby,
whistle my love,
whistle my pretty
whistle
baby,
my love,
whistle my pretty
whistle
baby,
my love,
whistle my
baby, then I come running to you.
Hey, whistle my love, I come running to you.
Whistle my love,
Well, whistle my love, I come running to you.
whistle my love,
For I love you, baby, no matter how you do.
whistle my love,
You broke me heart and you will break my soul.
whistle my love,
You broke this heart and you will break my too.
whistle my love,
But I still love you, baby, no matter how you do.
whistle my love, baby, won't you whistle,
Whistle
my pretty baby, just squeeze me,
Squeeze me,
my baby, just kiss me,
kiss me,
no, baby, don't you leave it,
leave me,
baby, you know I come running to you.
Whistle my love, I come running to you.
Whistle my love,
Oh, whistle my love, I come running to you.
whistle my love,
For I still love you, baby, no matter how you do.
baby, won't you whistle,
Whistle my
pretty baby, just squeeze me,
Squeeze me,
my
my
baby, just kiss me,
kiss me, my
no, baby, don't you leave me,
leave me, my
baby, you know I come running to you, I come running to you, I come running to you, I come running to you.
October 1953 release there for the Moonglows. The Moonglows on Chance. That's their first 45 on the Chance record label, song entitled Whistle My Love. Bobby Lester on lead for that one. And one of my trips to Allentown, PA, I ended up getting that record. Actually, one of my pickers was there, and he picked up the record for me and brought it back. Actually, a lot of rare records that day. I remember that a number of years ago that I had to come up with some cash for that 45. Plays pretty nice, too. It's not a bad copy. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue. Let's continue with another rare 45 here. This group out of Pasadena, California. Actually, I posted that Moonglows record on my Facebook page. You can go to John Galindo, and you can see it there. Also posted this one there, too. This group from Pasadena, California, formed at John Muir High School back in 1954, and their debut single kicked off Ned Hurstam and Gordon Wolf's Kicks label. This is the first release on the Kicks label. The song was written by group members Chester Pipkin and Ali Goudot, and they're both doing a duet leads here. And this one from October of 54, of course. These are the Squires. Let's go to the Squires on the Kicks label. 1954 sound, a song entitled A Dream Come True.
Shine down with all of its splendor, and to you my heart I surrender. Your lips were so warm when you kissed me and held me in your arms, held me in your arms. The stars that shine so brightly up above tells me a story, the story of our love. So kiss me again and make me thrill once more.
That night, dear, it was quite a thrill. I could hardly believe that it was real. So just kiss me once again.
I hope this love will never end. All of my life I've wanted someone like you, and now that I have you, I can't believe it's true. Let's go off together and make this a dream come true. Like you, and now that I have you, I can't believe it's true. Let's go off together and make this a dream come true.
Rare West Coast sounds here for a Saturday evening. Those are the Squires. October 1954, released there on the Kicks label, Kicks #1, a song entitled A Dream Come True. Now, this group, they would later on, after this release, record as the Blue Jays on Larry Mead's Budget Dig label. It was called Dig. They would do like these cover songs of R&B hits, and they changed their name from the Squires to the Blue Jays. I think I played Hearts of Stone not too long ago on that label. But then Mead would record them under their old name, the Squires, on his Mambo/Vida labels. And two of the members of this group were Don Bowman and Dewey Terry. Went on to do records as Don and Dewey on Specialty, so you may know that. Anyway, John G here spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Let's flip over a rare 45 from the last 50s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show, as the debut single by this Asbury Park, New Jersey group was a song called Doll Face, very classic to rhythm and blues vocal group Collectors, released on Lexi Hanford's Records After Hours record label. Comes out on red vinyl. But let's flip the 45 over with the Eddie Swanston Quintet providing the instrumentation. It features Bobby Thomas on lead. This one from July of 54, up-tempo for the Vibranaires on After Hours, and their tune called Ooh, I Feel So Good.
Baby, I'm so glad you told me I don't have to cry no more. Well, I'm so glad you told me I don't have to cry no more. Feel so fine since you told me, baby, I don't have to cry no more. Well, it's right back, 'cause tomorrow we may be gone. Well, let's rock them back, 'cause tomorrow we may be gone. I'm higher than a Georgia pine, that's on the side of my head. Feel so fine since you told me, baby, I don't have to cry no more. I'll give everybody in the joint a taste of two and charge it to me. Keep the juices flowing this morning. Give me the check about 3:30. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, I feel so good. Ooh, 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 ooh. A dilly, 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 a dilly. Everybody in the joint takes it to and charge it to me. Keep the juices flowing this morning. Give me a check about 3:30. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, I feel so good.
July 54 release there for the Vibranaires. Don't know if Bobby Thomas was doing lead, though. Sound like the bass of the group. I have to check Marv Goldberg's site. He had that he was doing lead. Maybe a lot of these guys can change their voice. Yes, they can. But I can't. Vibranaires there, After Hours. That's the B-side of Doll Face. Song entitled Ooh, I Feel So Good. Their next release would come out on the Chariot label. They would shorten it to the Vibes. I don't have that 45. I'm looking for that 45. Yes, I am. John G here spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. We count down the music chronologically here on the show. 50s in the first hour, 60s in the second. And this next 45 is the first release on George Goldner's, at the time, new G label. The label that before the Cleftones number 1000. This is G number 1, manufactured by Trojan Records, Inc. Another cool thing about this song is that the Crows are backing this female singer up, and her name is Lorraine Ellis, and the colors of the G label when it first came out were green and yellow. I posted this one on my Facebook page. You can check it out. Did get a lot of action on this one too. Now, the song dates back to originally 1939. It was recorded by oh so many artists, including Xavier Cugat, Hugo Montenegro, Julie London, the Four Aces. You may know the Ventures version of this song, and Freddie Fender also did a version, plus others for sure. But give a listen to Lorraine Ellis along with Ray Barrow and his orchestra. This one from April '54, Lorraine Ellis on G with her rendition of the tune Perfidia.
With a sentiment, my dear baby, like a broken melody. While the cars of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortals be. And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. But it is one goodbye. A broken melody. While the gods of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortals be. And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. But it is one
That one there from April 1954, Lorraine Ellis and the Crows. The Crows of G fame, they are backing her up on that one. George Goldner's G record label, her rendition of the tune Perfidia. Those of you watching on the Ustream broadcaster, I don't know if they still show the ads in the middle of the program. You're going to have to get that ad blocker. I think if you talk to Charlene, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies chat room, she has that program. I don't know what's good. They want to charge me like $200 a month to not have the ads on the Ustream broadcast. I can't afford that. Not with all the streaming licenses going up, but so I can't really afford that. But I think when I post it up on YouTube that the ads are not there, just the YouTube ads on the bottom. But if you're having trouble with the Ustream, that might be what the issue is. But ad blocker, I think, cuts out the ads. You can ask Charlene currently in our Top Shelf Oldies chat. Let's continue here, featuring a lot of flips this evening from the last 50s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. I played the A-side of this 45 by this girl group out of Queens, New York, known as the Miller Sisters, who were the daughters of William Henry Miller, who was the A&R man for Acme Records. But let's give a spin to the B-side of that, their debut 45 on Al Silver's Herald label. And I featured actually my copy of the second release on it was re-released again, I think, in 58, but originally came out in 1955, and it's the B-side. We go to May of 1955, the Herald Records. These are the Miller Sisters with their tune called Until You're Mine.
I love you so much more than you know. I'll always love you, and I want you to know I'll always be blue. I just That's how much I do, and I want you to know. I want you to know my whole life depends on you, depends on you. Dear, look what you're doing to my poor heart. You don't know what you're doing. Don't take my heart, tear it apart. Now that you know that I love you so, please, darling, be kind and say you'll be mine. I'll always be blue until you say you're
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. May 1955, the original release date for the Miller Sisters there. Al Silver's Herald record label, song entitled Until You're Mine. They re-released it in August of 58 on the multicolor Herald label. That is the one that I featured. Yes, I did. Let's move on here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I really enjoy listening to this next song by this great group out of Baltimore, Maryland. They had 12 overall releases on the Atlantic record label between 1951 and 1957. This is their 11th release, written by Neil Sedaka and Howie Greenfield. And when I used to tune into the Time Capsule Show, which tuned into the rhythm and blues group Harmony Review, Danny Romanello would always close the show with this song. He's still doing the R&B review on WFUV. I think it's Saturday evenings, midnight. You can tune in to Danny, but he would always close the show with this song, and I wonder if he still does. I am not sure, but it features Ernie Warren on lead. Let's go back to 1956, July 56, for the Cardinals on Atlantic, and their great tune, a song called The End of the Story.
It's the end of the story, for I find you're no longer mine. You were mine once upon a time, but you found someone new. All the glamour and glory that you found in a new romance left my heart without half a chance to prove my love for you is true. Someday you'll wake and your heart will break, for you're bound to discover his love isn't true, and that is why you can't judge a book by its cover. Lover, now it's all over. There's no use for pretending now. There can't be a happy ending now. Not for me or for you.
July 1956 release there for Ernie Warren and the Cardinals. That's a cool tune there on the Atlantic record banner. Their 11th of 12 releases on Atlantic. The End of the Story is the name of that one. Neil Sedaka, Howie Greenfield wrote that tune there. It's not the end of the story, not till at least midnight here for a Saturday evening spinning original vinyl 45s. We do it every Saturday right here on Top Shelf Oldies. It's the Vinyl Treasure program. Let's continue. This group here from Harlem, New York, released 6 on Bess Berman's Apollo record label between the years 1955 and 1957. Here is their 5th, written by the lead singer of the group. He goes by the name of Sam Kearney. Sam Kearney wrote the tune. He's doing lead. I'm featuring it on my White Apollo promo. This one from October 1956. Give a listen to the keynotes. The keynotes on Apollo with their song called In the Evening.
In the evening, in the evening, walk when the sun goes down, will you cry for that love that never dies? I love you, oh yes I do. Did you cry like a fool when I told you that we were through? Oh yes, baby, I'm going to California, Florida. Oh baby, hear that train moving along. Oh, love me before I'm gone. Oh, baby, hear that train moving along. Oh, love me before I'm gone. Did you cry? Did you cry? Did you cry? Like me?
I agree, Dennis. That's a great tune there by the keynotes. October 1956 released Bess Berman's Apollo record label. For that one, Sam Kearney. He is on lead. He wrote the tune. That's a song entitled In the Evening, and only in the evening you will hear Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show right here on Top Shelf Oldies. So let's continue. More 45s. And we head out to the West Coast. And on the last 50s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show, I featured the B-side of this Richard Berry and the Pharaohs 45. It was his first release on Max Feartag's Flip label, a song called No Kissin' and a Huggin'. Now, the A-side did very well out on the West Coast, was a top 20 song on KOBY out of San Francisco, California. It's the first of 9 releases on the Flip label, and a song he wrote. We go back to November of 56 for Richard Berry and the Pharaohs. This one on the Flip label, his tune's called Take the Key.
Take the key and open up my heart. Take the key. Take the key and open up my heart. Take the key. Take the key. Say we'll never, never part. Take the key. Take the key and open up my heart for you. Take the key and open up my heart. Take my love. Take my love and cherish and always be near. Take the key and open up my heart for you. You know I love you so much that I can hardly believe that when you're near me, it seems like forever and eternity. Take the key, and open up my heart. Take the key. Say we'll never part. Take the key and open up my heart for you.
November 1956 release there. That is the A side of the 45. A decent hit out in California, KOBY. They played it quite a bit. Richard Berry and the Pharaohs. Flip Records, song entitled Take the Key. Now, he had 9 overall releases on the Flip label. Now, 2 of those 9 involved girl groups backing him up. One of them was the Dreamers, and the other one was a group called the Lockettes, who also had their own releases on the Flip record label. I have played them here. It just may have been a long time because I've been doing this show since 2005, sharing my collection with you, the Top Shelf Oldies listeners. Now let's continue. For these next 2 45s, I will be playing a Flip side twin spin from last week on Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. So these next 2 45s are on the Onyx label, and they are flip sides of records I played a couple weeks ago. Now, first, let's give a spin to the flip of a 45 I played. I think it was the opener. I played an up-tempo side, a song called Dearest One, as done by Dean Barlow and the Montereys. And that was the A side of the 45. Of course, it featured Dean Barlow on lead. But the B side does not feature Dean, although on the label it does give him full credit, Dean Barlow and the Montereys. But the lead on this side, the B side, is Ed Jordan, who co-wrote this tune. This is with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra. Actually, I think Sammy Lowe probably co-wrote it too. No, it did not. But anyway, he is the band leader. I tell you, if you see Sammy Lowe on those 45s, you got to buy them. But this is from July of 1957. It's the B-side to Dearest One. It says Dean Barlow and the Montereys, but really, it is not. It is someone by the name of, I lost my Ed Jordan. This one on Onyx. The name of the tune is called Through the Years.
Until the end.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Dean Barlow and the Montereys, but it is not Dean Barlow on lead. Ed Jordan, he is doing lead on that one. July 1957 release. Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. Love to get records like that for 25 cents. Actually, when I first started collecting, I was in high school, used to listen to the Gus Gossard show. I was having my mother write checks to Disco Disc, and they would send me their listing of Lost Night records. So I actually paid more. I paid $1 for the Lost Night reissue back in the 70s, like 1974 or something when it came out, and I paid less for the original. Yes, I did, but I can't say that I paid less for this other record on the Onyx label. As we stay with the B-sides and stay with another group out of Brooklyn, New York, I'm sorry. We're still staying with the B-sides as I'm getting flabbergasted because I wish I paid 25 cents for this next record. As we continue with the twin spin on the Onyx record, I played this Brooklyn, New York group, Rarest 45 on Jerry Winston's Onyx label a couple weeks ago. The second of 5 they recorded on Onyx, a song called Romeo. The B-side's a great side too, again with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra. Features Jerome Ramos on lead. Of course, you know I'm talking about the Velours, but I wish I paid 25 cents for this record. Released in March of 1957, we go back to the Onyx record label, the Velours, with their B-side, a song called What You Do to Me.
Baby, you say, come and set my heart free. Baby, what you do to me? Yes, yes, please promise, darling, to be true and keep my heart from being blue. Baby, what you do to me? Just drives me crazy, sets my soul aflame, makes everything easy, and I hope you know, baby, that you're to blame. Oh, now you know how I love you so. Come back and never ever go, because you mean so much to me.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. March 1957 release there for Jerome Ramos and the Velours on the Onyx record banner. Their song entitled What You Do to Me. Like I said, did not pay 25 cents for that 45. Have a stock copy. I posted the Romeo side on my Facebook page. You can check it out. Also posted this next 45 on my, not last week's show, but the week before, as we stay with the B-sides here and stay with another group out of Brooklyn, New York, as I played Cleo and the Crystaliers. So their resung version of Please Be My Guy came out on George Goldner's Sydney record label. As that record was a faster, more polished a resung version than when it first came out on the Johnson label, a more cruder sounding release on Johnson, which I am looking for, by the way. That is a really hard record to find, the first press of Please Be My Guy on Johnson. But let's flip the 45 over, as I also like the B-side on the Cindy label here. Features Cleo Baker on lead. We stay in the year of 1957. Cleo and the Crystaliers. This is the B-side of the Cindy release, a song called Don't Cry.
When a heart fades away, that heart is there to stay. Don't cry, he's gone. Yes, he's gone. When a tear falls from your eyes, then you know it's goodbye. Don't cry, he's gone. He's gone. Hearts have been broken when a tear falls from your eyes, then you know it's goodbye. Don't cry, he's gone. He's gone. Hearts have been broken before. Only to join again. Your love has turned around. This time, this is the end. When a tear falls from your eyes, then you know it's goodbye. Don't cry, he's gone. Don't you cry.
I was raising the gain on this 45, and it's not moving, and I'm putting it all the way up, and I'm using the channel 1. No wonder it wasn't moving up, but I raised it a little bit at the end of it. Anyway, B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. 1957 there, George Goldner's Cindy record label. Cleo and the Crystaliers. Cleo Baker on lead there, a song entitled Don't Cry. As we move on here for a Saturday evening now, this next record has caused me lots of grief over the last couple weeks here with the copyright police and YouTube. As I played the B-side, for God's sakes, the B-side of this record, a song called 1,000 Dreams, as done by Bobby Hendricks, and they sent me an email and they said, we are going to mute your entire video because you don't have the right to play that record. And I was like, give me a break. It's the B-side. It's not even the A-side of the record. So Lord knows they're going to ban it again. But what I can do is when I upload from Ustream to YouTube, it uploads and then they run it through some system. And then they send me an email and it says, your video has been posted on YouTube. You have 23 copyright infringements. And then it says, don't worry for like 17 of them. And then one of them says, your show is blocked in all countries because you don't have the rights. And it's like, it might be Sony or whoever's collecting for them. And it says you can remove this by clicking this program. So I remove it and I resave the video, and since it's a long show, it takes a while. So I was having Charlene going back and forth to check it because it still was mute. So I did it again. It wasn't uploading, and I kept on trying it, and I saved it as another video, and they still muted it. So I took it off. I'm sorry. It was a great show. You're going to have to go to vinyltreasures.net to hear the stream of it if you want to hear last week's show and you missed it. Unfortunately, you collectors, it was a great show for you collectors to see. So let's just hope it doesn't happen with the A-side, although I bet you we'll see if they catch me for this record here. As like I said, this record performed by Bobby Hendricks. Now, Bobby debuted this record on the August 23rd, 1958 Dick Clark Saturday Night Show. Now, that show lineup included Chuck Berry. He did 2 songs, lip-synced to 2 songs. He did Carol, or maybe he did it live, I don't know, Carol and School Days. Little Anthony and the Imperials was on the show. They did their song Tears on My Pillow. Jerry Wallace performed How the Time Flies. Dale Hawkins, he did 2 songs. He did La Do Dada, and he did Susie Q, an oldie for him at that time. And Rusty Draper did 2 songs, Hip Monkey and June, July, August. And then Bobby Hendricks, he rounded out the show with this song on Henry Murray's Sue label. It was number 42 on Cashbox, 25 on Billboard, number 5 on the R&B charts. June 58, Bobby Hendricks on Sue with his hit, a song called Itchy Twitchy Feeling.
Sitting here wondering what it's all about. This rock and roll music that makes you shout. You tune in on bandstand, they're jumping like mad, and the dancing they're doing, it don't look bad. You get that itchy twitchy feeling. You start rocking and reeling. Soon your arms and legs start flapping like a hound of mouth yakking. You're rocking and rolling. You don't understand it, but it sure feels nice. You thought you might try it about once or twice. You started with that dance they call the stroll, but you felt much better doing rock and roll. You get that itchy twitchy feeling. You started rocking and reeling. Soon your arms and legs start flapping like a hound of mouth yapping. You're rocking and rolling.
Hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show is probably the biggest hit I'm going to feature this evening. June 1958, released there for Bobby Hendrix. Bobby Hendrix, Coaster's backing him up. I know they backed him up on the B side of the 45. I guess they were on the A side too. They had Sue Records for that one. Itchy Twitchy Feeling, the name of the tune. We'll see if the copyright police come after Johnny G. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show and continue with more B-sides as once again another group out of Brooklyn, New York. They had only 2 releases, 2 45s for this group, and I played the A-side on George Goldner's TG record label a couple of weeks ago, a song called Darling Can't You Tell. Now the flip is a pretty nice ballad that I really like, and the lead singer goes by the name of Charlie Scardina. We go back to July of 1958 for the Clusters on TG. This is the B-side of the 45, a song entitled Pardon My Heart.
La-di-da, la-di-da-da-da-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da. Pardon my heart, darling, I couldn't help it. Really tried hard, really tried hard to stop it. But no matter what I tried to do, couldn't stop my heart from loving you. Pardon my heart, darling, I had to tell you right from the start. Darling, I had to have you, and as long as there is life in me, I will always be so true, truthfully. You may not believe the things that I say, but I see those stars shining by day, and I see the sun shining the rain. My heart is driving me insane. Oh, pardon my heart, darling, I couldn't help it. Really tried hard to stop it. But no matter what I tried to do, couldn't stop my heart from loving you. Pardon my heart, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da, la-di-da, la-di-da-da-da.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Those are the Clusters from July 1958. The B-side to Darling Can't You Tell. Charlie Scardina doing lead on that one. TG Records, song entitled Pardon My Heart. And now the Clusters originally recorded that. Actually, there are 4 sides because they have 4 releases. Recorded it for George and Ed Portnoy's Ivy label, but their songs were licensed out. This Darling Can't You Tell and Pardon My Heart, they were licensed to George Goldner, and probably with a deal with George, came out on this TG record label. And then the other 2 sides, Forecast of Love, and I forget the other side, an up-tempo side that they do, they were licensed out to Epic Records. And I don't know why they didn't put the record out on Ivy, because Ivy was around in 1958. Maybe they figured Goldner had better distribution, and Epic, of course, had better distribution, but really unfortunately, although that was somewhat of a local hit for the clusters here. John G here spinning original vinyl 45s. We do it every Saturday from 10 to midnight right here on Top Shelf Oldies. Forgot to mention that I went to Weight Watchers again. I do it Saturday mornings around 11 o'clock, and I lost another 1.6, so a total of, I think, 43.6 pounds or 8 pounds, something like that, in 17 weeks. But I'm gearing up because I'm supposed to go on a business trip out to Orlando, Florida, and going to stay a couple days out there with Barbara, go to SeaWorld, and I probably will not be doing my show on Saturday the 21st. I will be doing it the Saturday after on the 28th. It'll be my All 60s show, and I don't know if anybody's going to fill in for me, because a couple of people that I've asked, they are also not going to be around. They're going to be vacationing. But anyway, we'll see. It might just be Otto that night. If I get more details, I will let you know. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Can't find much information on this next 45. Charlene nor I found much on this next these next two artists. It's a duo here on Sid Nathan's Deluxe label, and it appears to be their only release, a duo that goes by the name of Eddie and Jimmy, and I think the writer credits are the last names of these two guys, Eddie Rodriguez and Jimmy Lopez. A cool up-tempo. Let's go back to December of 58. Eddie and Jimmy on Deluxe. It's a white promo, Deluxe 45 here. The name of the tune is called There She Goes. That's a pretty cool up-tempo tune there by Eddie and Jimmy. Eddie and Jimmy, their only release there, December 1958 on the Deluxe record label. Eddie Rodriguez, Jimmy Lopez. There She Goes is the name of the tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. This next song is one of my favorites on High Weiss's Old Town record label. But before this release, this group recorded on the Treat record label. You might know two of their songs. One of them was called If Loving You Is Wrong. Another one was called We Danced in the Moonlight. And on that 45, they used the name The Five Stars, but they were initially known as the Inside Inspirators, and this is their final release that came out on High Weiss's Old Town record label. I posted this one up on my Facebook page. Bought this one from Seymour Simon sometime in the early 1990s. He sold me some records out of his collection, some good records out of his collection, and this was one of my favorites, or one of the ones I was looking for at the time. Written by the lead singer, his name is Cleo Perry. This one from June of '58, the Inspirators on Old Town, with their tune called Starlight Tonight.
Starlight, there's a million out tonight. There's a million stars in the sky tonight. They are there because I'm holding you tight. Yes, yes, darling, tonight. Oh, there'll be no one else for me but you. Cross my heart and I swear too that I am happy tonight. You are my gift from the one above. He sent me you to love. You are my queen, my every dream. Here, darling, where the swing. Oh, tonight, there's a million stars in the sky tonight. They are there because I'm holding you tight. Yes, yes, darling, tonight.
June 1958 release there for the Inspirators. The Inspirators on High Weiss's Old Town record label, that powder blue Old Town label. Cleo Perry on lead. He wrote the tune there, song entitled Starlight Tonight. We continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Got a few more 50 sides to go. We go out to the West Coast to Art Rupe's specialty label, who recorded this group of 18-year-olds, originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. They had this lone release on the specialty label, co-written by the lead singer. His name is Cleveland Jackson. This one from December of 1958, Specialty Records. This group is called The Crystals. The Crystals with their tune called Love You So.
I dreamed I held you close and said never let me go. Say you want me and love me too, and nobody else will do. I love her so. I do.
Rupe's specialty record label out on the West Coast. Their December 1958 release, a group called The Crystals. The Crystals on the specialty record label. Cleveland Jackson doing lead on that one, a song entitled Love You So. He also co-wrote the tune. Now, the first time I heard this song was on the Little Walter Show. It was actually when I first signed on to AOL, I got my first IBM PC. I think it was back in 1993. They used to have those like those chat rooms. AOL had all those different chat rooms. There was a group harmony chat room. I think it might have been Mike Molinaro, if I'm not mistaken, that was telling me that at the time there was a Little Walter had a show up in the Boston, Mass area, and he sent me, and he was putting out CDs, I think, at the time, and he sent me a bunch of tapes. I think it was him, if I'm not mistaken, or Eddie somebody. I got to check. I still have those emails. So that was the first time I heard the record, and then I found that I really didn't pay a lot of money for the 45. But when Facebook came along and I mentioned that to Little Walter, he didn't friend me. Maybe he just didn't want to. Maybe he didn't. I don't know why. But anyway, there you go. I got to say, I heard it on the Little Walter Show. So we'll send that one out to Little Walter. Let's continue here. By the way, we have a program note here that Ramtown Mike will be filling in for me on the 21st of May. I will not be doing that show that Saturday evening. Mike will be filling in for Johnny G, the other side of Ramtown, starting, I think, at 9 o'clock, Ramtown Mike does. So you can tune in to Mike on that Saturday. I will be back that following Saturday. I'll be arriving actually before that. I'm sometime on that Friday, and I will have a show ready, but it'll be my 60s show. Let's continue here with the 1950s, continuing with the B-side here, as I featured a girl group called the Clickettes on 2 weeks ago on the 50s edition on Zell Sanders, or we'll say Johnny Louise Richardson's Dice label, who was her daughter. Zell Sanders put her in charge of this Dice label. I played the A-side of this 45, a song called Lover's Prayer. Now, the B-side is equally as good, in my opinion. Features Barbara English on lead, released in June of 1959. Girl group sounds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The Clickettes on Dice with their tune called Grateful.
Celebrate.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's a cool girl group there. They're called the Clickettes. June 1959, released there on the Dice label. The Dice label, really Zell Sanders' label, we'll say. A song entitled Grateful. I got to be grateful to Ramtown Mike filling in for Johnny G on May 21st. So tune in to Ramtown Mike. Let's continue here. I have another group out of Brooklyn, New York. This time it's on Al Brown's Al John record label. Posted this one on my Facebook page, as some of the books date this 45 in the early 1960s, but is a definite 1950s sound. I think it's really from 1957. The group is called the Lincolns, and this is the same group that has had releases on the Atlas and Angletone record labels, and this was a birthday present to Johnny G back in 2013. It was an expensive 45, and I said, well, I have to treat myself to my birthday, which is September 3rd, by the way. So in 2013, I bought this 45, so you can guess that it was a very expensive 45. It was, but it's a great two-sided 45. 1957 Al John Records. You can check it out on my Facebook page. The Lincolns with their tune called Madly in Love.
Say goodbye. No, I'll never, never, never make you cry, because I'm madly in love, madly in love with you. Darling, I'll always be yours if you be mine, and my love
Rare 45s here for a Saturday evening right here on Top Shelf Oldies, the Vinyl Treasure Show with Johnny G. Those are the Lincolns from 1957 on the Al John record label, song entitled Madly in Love. Now, there is a different Lincolns group, but they recorded on the Mercury label in 1959, and this 45, as I mentioned, is not a cheapo. It is an expensive one, but you collectors could afford to purchase it on the Bim Bam Boom record label as they released it. Steve Flamm, I think, he was the owner of Bim Bam Boom Records, or one of the owners of Bim Bam Boom, but he released it in 1972, so you can get it pretty cheaply on that label. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue for a Saturday evening, and I'm sure some of you are familiar with this next duet from Dayton, Ohio, probably mostly known for their releases on the Rust label. in 1963 and 64. You might know songs like Tra-La Little Susie and Hey Jean, Hey Dean, and my favorite by them is one that was also a favorite of my aunt's. She liked their version of I Wanna Be Loved, but those songs were all in 1963 and 64, that time period. But here is their debut single, which initially came out on the Buckeye label, very rare 45 on the Buckeye record label, but it was picked up by Al Silver and the Herald label. They were Welton Young and Brenda Lee Jones, better known as Dean and Jean, and here is a tune that they wrote. This is their debut single released in November of 58, Dean and Jean on Ember, with their tune called We're Gonna Get Married.
Are we gonna get married? We gonna run away? Are we gonna leave home? Just so we can be together and be left all alone. Folks say we're too young, but we gonna get married. You know Mama said no, Papa said you can't. Grandma rocking in the corner, talking about you ain't. But while they're talking, are we gonna get married? Well, I don't care if you can't do the walk, I don't care if you can't stroll.
Cause baby, every time you look in my eye, you make me holler, whew, my soul.
Now Mama told Papa to make us stay in school. She said as when we grow up, we're gonna be two fools. We'll be two fools, baby, cause we're gonna get married.
Look in my eye, you make me holler, whew, my soul.
Now Mama told Papa to make us stay in school. She said after when we grow up, we're gonna be two fools. We'll be two fools, baby, cause we're gonna get married. Are we gonna get married? 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 Are we gonna get married?
That is the... I got to get used to this switch here. That is the debut single there for Dean and Jean, not better known as, but that's Welton Young and Brenda Lee Jones, better known as Dean and Jean, November 1958, their debut single. Featured it on Al Silver's Ember label, the Ember label with like the logs, the white label with those like little round circles on it. We're Gonna Get Married is the name of that one. And that is the question a lot of people are asking of Johnny G and Barbara, but you can ask her. Yes, you can. Johnny G here spinning original vinyl 45. Let's continue with some more rare sides here. Got another B-side to this rare West Coast 45 I played a couple of weeks ago on the Vinyl Treasure Show by this Los Angeles group. They were known as the Classics. I played the A-side of the 45 was a French song or a French title, Je vous aime, if I said it right, and I posted it on my Facebook page. If you go down a while, you'll see it a couple of weeks ago. But we're going to flip the 45 over on the Rowan record label and listen to the B-side before I file it back down. In the No Humidity Basement, this one from March of 59, the Classics. That's the group, Rowan Records. The song is called Burning Desire.
Woke up, woke up, woke up, ooh. Woke up, woke up, woke up, ooh. Burning desire deep in my heart. Burning desire, we'll never part. Burning desire, please be my guiding light. Woke up, woke up, woke up, ooh. Burning desire, love only you. Burning desire, please be true. Burning desire, please
This flame burns deep in my heart for you. Now that I have lost the steam, now you have broken my heart into a burning desire. Love only you. Burning desire, please be true. Burning desire, please be my guiding light. Whoop up, whoop up, whoop up. Burning desire, deep in my heart. Burning desire, we'll never part. Burning desire, please be my guiding light. Whoop up, whoop up, whoop up. Whoop up, whoop up, whoop up. Whoop up, whoop up, whoop up. Whoop up, whoop up, whoop up.
March 1959 there for a group called The Classics. The Classics on the Rowan record label, song entitled Burning Desire. That's a very rare 45. Nowhere you can't find that 45 here on the East Coast. Jerry Diaz supplied me with both Rowan. I think the Deltones was the other one. He sold me, that was a promo, and he sold me this one. Actually a great deal. One of the few great deals that I got from Mr. Diaz, because he was pretty high price when it came to rare 45s. You can talk to some of my peers about that, and we can have a long discussion about it. But anyway, we will not. We will continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We move into 1960. I love this next song as we go to the Mercury record label. For at this time, 1960, November of 60, was the New Cadillacs group, which included members of the original Cadillacs, Earl Speedo Carroll, I think he was a member, and one of the other guys, I forget, and members of the Solitaires for this release here, and mainly the lead singer, of course, the great Milton Love. He does a fantastic job on this song, arranged and conducted by Belford Hicks. I have a white promo of this 45 on the Mercury label. November 1960, the Cadillacs, Milton Love doing lead. A great tune, a song entitled I'm Willing.
I'm willing to spend my life loving you. I'm willing to give you a love that's true. How about you? Whoa, baby, now tell me, do you feel the way I do? I'm willing to do the things you command. I'm willing to learn your ways and understand. How about you, pretty baby? Tell me, do you feel the way I do?
My love is deeper than the ocean, deeper than the deepest sea. And girl, my love for you grows higher. I want to tell you, it's higher than the highest sky.
I'm willing to give you all of my love. I'm willing to share the moon and the stars above. How about you? Oh, baby, now tell me, do you feel the way I do?
playing with this microphone. November 1960 there. They like that one there in the Top Shelf Oldies Jam. The Cadillacs, the new Cadillacs there. Milton Love, the lead of the Solitaires, doing lead on that one. The Cadillacs there, Mercury Records. Song entitled I'm Willing. I'm surprised, Alex, that you like that record. I mean, it is not a slow ballad, mid-tempo we'll call it, because I thought you liked those up tempos, but that is definitely a cool record, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next group as we stay in 1960. This group from is it Wilkes or Wilkies? Where's Steve when you need him? Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania is how I say it, as they have this lone release on the Star Satellite label, which is out of Springfield, Pennsylvania, distributed by Wynn, W-Y-N-N-E, Wynn Records. Actually has the same label colors as the Wynn label. And this group is called the Shalimars, and not the Shalimars that recorded for the Solar label. This is a different group. I was surprised to see this record in the box, but anyway, it's a different group of Shalimars. It features Mel Wynn on lead. This one from 1960, the Shalimars on Star Satellite with their tune called Why Tell the World.
Why tell the world that the stars don't shine? Why tell the world that you're mine, all mine? You don't love me, you don't love me, you don't want me, you don't want me. You know, pretty baby, I need you bad, but you don't love me, you don't love me. Oh, I tell your cousin and your sister too, how much you love me, baby, like you do. If you don't love me, you don't love me, you don't want me, you don't want me. You know, pretty baby, I need you bad, but you don't love me, you don't love me. Oh, now that I'm all alone and blue with no one to tell my troubles to, please come and get me off the shelf. I'm going crazy all by myself. Oh, why tell the world that the stars don't shine? Why tell the world that you're mine, all mine? You don't love me, you don't love me, you don't want me, you don't want me. You know, pretty baby, I need you bad, but you don't love me, you don't love me. Oh, now that I'm all alone and blue with no one to tell my troubles to, please come and get me off the shelf. I'm going crazy all by myself. Oh, why tell the world that the stars don't shine? Why tell the world that you're mine, all mine? If you don't love me, you don't love me, you don't want me, you don't want me. Whoa, whoa, pretty baby, I need you bad, but you don't love me, you don't love me.
That group called the Shalimars. Shalimars 1960 release there on the Star Satellite record label. Not many releases on that label. I do have some, though. I do some rockabilly sounds on the label. The Shalimars, Mel Wynn on lead, song entitled Why Tell the World. John G here, spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. We do 50s and early 60s. We are in the early 60s portion of the show, and I really can't tell you much about this next group. It's a pretty rare record as we go back to Al Silver's Herald Records this time. And the group is called the Triangles. And actually, this one was released, the book said 1960, but actually, if you check the copyright, it actually had it as September 1959 was the copyright registration date. This group is called the Triangles, Herald Records. The song is called Savin' My Love.
We'll be together, won't be long. I'll make you love me from this day on. Please believe me, I'm saving my love for you. Said you love me, I know it's true. My life's complete, dear, when I have you. Please believe me, I've saved my love for you. Oh, 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 oh. Do you remember? And we said goodbye. I keep pretending. This is the ending. Darling, I wanted to cry. We'll be together. Won't be long. Save my love for you. Whoa, whoa,
September 1959 release there, a group called the Triangles wore in a very expensive 45. I don't know if it was booted. You can check to see if it was booted, but it goes, this one, what does it go for, about 700 maybe or so, I think now. The Triangles there on the Herald record banner, song entitled Saving My Love. Let's continue here. We go back to the 1960s here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Another cool two-sided 45 by this singer and group from York, Maine. The song would be picked up by Frank Sinatra's Reprise record label, so I'm sure many of you own this on the Reprise label. It was picked up in 1962, but initially it came out in late 61 on a label called Knick Knack Records. The group backing is by Bobby's Trailers, which features Bobby Herney on guitar. Does a mean break on this side of the 45. I don't know which one I'm playing, the A or B side. I didn't check the matrix numbers, but this artist goes by the name of Freddie Dame. Freddie Dame, 1961. It's on the original label Knick Knack Records. I've played this before here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I like both sides. Give a listen to his tune. It's called Love is a Game.
This is the story and these are the rules of love.
Sounds of 1961 here on the second half of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Freddie Dame with Bobby's Trailers there on the original label Knick Knack Records, song entitled Love is a Game. You can also get that on Frank Sinatra's Reprise label. Came out in March, I think, of 1962. Let's continue with the 60s here. And on the last Vinyl Treasure Show, I played a song on Vinnie Catalano's Blast record label, cool up-tempo novelty song called Roaches. I first heard on the Gus Gossard Show. It was by a group called the Court Jesters. Now, the B-side of the 45 is a serious ballad, actually a great ballad by the group. And for you collectors out there, first presses of this have to be on the styrene vinyl, as Blast would later reissue it under another number, I think Blast 208, maybe in 1963. But this is the first press here from late 1961. These are the Court Jesters on Blast with their tune called The Trial, parentheses, of My Love.
Court comes to order.
The court will come to order.
The trial of my love. She promised me she would always love me. She swore that we'll never ever part. Now I'm charging her, I'm a charging her with breaking my heart. Pay the price. Whoa, Lord, whoa, Lord. Pay the price. I'm telling the truth of this affair. I would not take the stand and tell a lie. She crossed her heart that she can't only love. She'll tell me goodbye. Pay the price. Whoa, Lord. Pay the price. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard my evidence to this case. The defendant offered love evidence, which proves she'll give it all away. Citizen to life here in my arms to dwell with me until we turn up tea and feed me forever with love and joy. Pay the price. Whoa, Lord, whoa, Lord.
Late 1961 there for a group called the Court Jesters. Great two-sided 45 there on Vinnie Catalano's Blast Records out of New York City, song entitled The Trial, parentheses, of My Love. I think that reissue doesn't have that parentheses part, just says The Trial. And speaking of trials, I got in the mail, they're calling me for jury duty, and thank goodness it's after, like 2 days after I get back from Orlando, I have to call for jury duty. That means I won't be driving into Newark probably, or maybe, if I get on a trial. And I know the drive into Newark is going to be horrendous starting on Wednesday because graduations in Newark, a disaster. There's not enough parking. It is horrible. Horrible. I want to stay home. Well, enough of my babbling here. Let's continue. We continue here with more 1960s sounds. We are almost in Vinyl Treasure overtime. And earlier we back to Los Angeles, California for another flip side from the last 50s edition as I featured the sweet sound of the Sweethearts on the H3 label, a song called What Is Love, featured Uma Hurd on lead. Now, she would also become the lead of the Utmost on Panorama. She was also the lead of the Sachets on the Alfie and the Zen labels, the Dynells on the Dot and the Natural labels, and the Postalettes and Darlings that recorded for the Dore label, and also the Delicates, who recorded on Celeste and Dee Dee. And here she is again as the lead of the Sweethearts as we give a listen to the intended A-side. This is from 1961, H3 Records, the Sweethearts, and I know it's not summer, but it's a cool tune. We're going to give it a spin. Uma Hurd on lead, the Sweethearts, with their tune called Summer Days. Whoops, wrong one.
My boyfriend, he lives way across town. We go to different schools, and so until vacation time, we'll have to play it cool. But now, oh, 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 summer days are just around the corner. I know we can wait a little longer. June will soon be here, and you'll soon be near. I can hardly wait. Oh, this semester's been so doggone long. Hope you haven't been doing me wrong. I love you so, more than you know. Hope you still love me. Hope you still love me. Forget about the teachers. Give them back their books. Break up all your pencils. Throw away your paper. It's for sure now. We're gonna have some fun now. Now that summer days are here. Yeah, 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 yeah. We know it. We know it. We know it. La 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 la. We know it. We know it. We know it. La 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 la. It's for sure now we're gonna have some fun. Now that summer days are here. Summer days are here. Yeah, 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 baby. Come on, baby. Summer days are here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
1961 released it for the Sweethearts. Uma Hurd on lead for that one. That is the A-side of the 45, the Sweethearts, song entitled Summer Days. Not quite summer days yet. Actually, it's been pretty cold here on the East Coast. That's on the H3 record label. H.B. Barnum involved in that 45. Let's continue here. And earlier we heard from a group called the Triangles on the Herald label. Pretty rare record. But here is a different group of Triangles. They are out of Hollywood, California. The group consists of Ruben Pando, who wrote the song, Frankie Gonzalez, and Lucy Duran. And prior to this release, this gal, Lucy Duran, she was half of a duet called Rosie and Ron, recorded for the Donna record label. She was also the lead of Terry and the Velveteens on the Kerwood record label. And here she is singing a duet with Ruben Pando. This is on a label called FIFO Records. This one from May of 61, a different Triangles group there from the West Coast. The Triangles on FIFO. Give a listen to their tune. It's called My, Oh My.
My, oh, my.
are oh so fine. Her love, her heart, mine, oh mine. That's why I say, all the time that I'll never let her go. My oh my, she sure is nice. Gosh oh gee, she's paradise, and I need her. My oh my, oh my.
May 1961 release here for a group called The Triangles. The Triangles on the FIFO label out of Hollywood, California, song entitled My Oh My. She was trying to sound like Rosie of Rosie and the Originals and kind of like an East LA sound for sure on that one. Let's continue. Here we are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime right now. And up next, a cover song originally recorded by the Isley Brothers on the RCA record label in 1959. And the group covering their tune is, they are out of Long Island. And it was, this record first came out in April of 61 on the True Echo record label, was then picked up in May of 61 by MGM Records. So many of you probably have it on MGM. They nationally distributed this record, and it was re-released again, which is the label that I am featuring it on the UWR, United World Records. Don't know why they re-released this record in November of 62. Now, the copy I'm playing, this version is definitely a faster version of the song. I was going to get the True Echo or the MGM and compare them, but I have done that before. But I like this song a lot. I like all versions of this song. I really do. But I'm playing the faster version, which is on the UWR label. It features Michael DeVivo on lead. This release came out in November of 62. Give a listen to The Chance. The Chance on UWR with the faster version of the song Respectable.
She's so respectable. She's so respectable. Oh, tell me, what kind of girl is this? What kind of girl is this? She'd never, ever been kissed. What kind of girl? A rubbly rub dub dub. What kind of girl is this? She's never, ever been in love. What kind of girl? She's never been in the moonlight or watching the stars above. She's so respectable. Oh, tell me, what kind of girl is this? What kind of girl is this? She never been out on a date. What kind of girl? Yeah, what kind of girl is this? What kind of girl is this? She never ever come home late. What kind of girl? Oh, but I begged her on my knees if she'd go out with me. She's so respectable. Did you love her? Oh, no, 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 no. Did you hug her? Oh, no, 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 no. Did you squeeze her? No, 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 no. Did you kiss her? No, 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 no. What kind of girl is this? She's never, ever been kissed. What kind of girl is this? Yeah, let me tell you, she's the kind you can't resist. Oh, but I love her, can't you see? Oh, she's the kind of girl for me. She's so respectable. Oh, tell me, what kind of girl is this? What kind of girl is this? She never, ever been kissed. What kind of girl? A rubbly rub dub dub. What kind of girl is this? She never, ever been in love. What kind of girl? She's never been in the moonlight or watching the stars above. She's so respectable. Did you love her? Oh, no, 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 no. Did you hug her? Oh, no, 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 no. Did you squeeze her? No, 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 no. Did you kiss her? Oh, no, 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 no. I love her, can't you see?
Charlene, I think Brent likes that too. We're going to send it out to Brent Whiteside. I think he likes that song by The Chance. Michael DeVivo on lead there, November 1962, featured the faster version of the song on the UWR record label, The Chance there, with a song called Respectable. It would come out again one more time on the 20th Century label under the name Jimmy Soul, I think in 1963. And on this UWR 45, the flip side, an unusual B-side on this 45, it's a Christmas song called Rockin' Santa by Jimmy and the Islanders. So if you're a collector, maybe you're going to want to get that version. John G here doing Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's continue here. And on the last 50s/early 60s show, I played a song by Yolanda and the Castanets, a song called Meet Me After School. We're going to flip the 45 over, as the flip side was written by the lead singer, Yolanda Daglio, it was her name. And again, this side produced by Lester Sill and Lee Hazelwood. It's on the Tandem label. We go back to November of 61 for Yolanda and the Castellets. Tandem Records, a song called What About Me?
She has a boyfriend, loves him with all her heart. She says he told her they would never part. That's fine, that's fine. But what about me? He has a girlfriend, his one desire. He says she's his soul on fire. That's fine, that's fine. What about me? Her name is Linda, his name is Tim. He was my lover until she walked in. She flashed a smile, gave him her hand, and from that moment on, he was at her command. Now they're so happy, living as one. Yes, they're married and having so much fun. That's fine, that's fine. What about me? I wanna know. What about me? Somebody tell me. What about me?
Girl group sounds here on the Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Yolanda and the Castanets, the name of the group, November 1961 release, Tandem Records. A few rare records on that Tandem record label. Song entitled What About Me? And let's continue for some more here. Up next, a request for Bopper Boy Warren, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies Shop. Send me his request. I did the show earlier because we kind of celebrated Mother's Day here today. I will be with Barbara tomorrow with her mom. But I got a Mother's Day song coming up for all you mothers out there. But this is a request for Bopper Boy Warren, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies Shop. He wanted to hear this group out of Brooklyn. Featured a lot of groups out of Brooklyn, New York tonight, as this song was written by someone by the name of Joe Colombo, who was the cousin of the lead singer for this group. He goes by the name of Nicholas Anthony, and it appears to be the only release for this group. They are known as the Caribbeans. Request for Bopper Boy Warren, the Caribbeans, from November of 62 on the Amy label, a song called Oh. Didn't I play a record called Oh My Love by the Triangles? Well, I guess it's, no, Oh My, oh, there you go. But this request for Warren, a song called Oh My Love. By request there for Bopper Boy Warren, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies chat. Wanted to hear the Caribbeans there from November of 1962 on the Amy record banner. Those Amy records, those painted on labels. Don't get any alcohol on the label there. You will smudge it, that is for sure. Song entitled Oh My Love. Let's continue for some more Vinyl Treasure overtime here. We head to Pittsburgh, PA for this next singer, songwriter, musician whose first release came out in 1959 on the Great record label. He had other releases on labels like Doré and Ricky and Lawn, and this 45 that I'm featuring on George Goldner's Gone record label, written by Jeff Barry and Tony Powers. Is this one charted regionally? This one was only number 82 on WIBG out of Philadelphia, PA. I like this song here from August of 62. George Goldner supervised the session. His Gone record label, his name is Johnny Jack, really Johnny Greco. That is his real name, but he went recorded under Johnny Jack. Johnny Jack with his tune called The Beggar That Became a King.
I kneel here before you, a lonely beggar, begging for your kiss, my queen. Oh, I'd do anything for you. I want to adore you. I'm begging just for this. Yes, with your lips on mine, then I'll be a king. And with your love divine, then I'll have everything. And then I'll be the beggar that became a king. I just want to love you, though I'm not worthy of you. Oh, darling, darling, please, my queen. Oh, I know if you love me, then you'll see a beggar rise up off of his knees. Yes, with your lips on mine, then I'll be a king. And with your love divine, then I'll have everything. And then I'll be the beggar that became a king.
August 1962 release there for Johnny Jack. His real name is Johnny Greco, not the same guy that did Rocket Ride, though. His real name was Johnny. His real name was Johnny Greco. Recorded under Johnny Jack. Also recorded, I think, as Johnny York on another release. But that's on George Goldner's Gone record label. Song entitled "The Beggar That Became a King." Unfortunately, he passed away May 23rd, 1997. He was only 57 years old. He passed away from cancer. We remember here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we are in Vinyl Treasure overtime. Now, tomorrow will be Mother's Day, although we did kind of celebrate it here this evening with two of my siblings' families, Barbara and my other sister. They came over here tonight, and I had some stuff I shouldn't have, although not a lot. I didn't for my weight-conscious journey. But anyway, I have to play a record for all the moms listening and all the moms out there, especially my mom. We send it out, this next song, to all the mothers out there, especially my mom, as I mentioned. I really like this version of the song by this gal from New Orleans, Louisiana, who started recording back in 1952 on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. and she has other releases on other labels. I think also on Federal. I have a bunch of her releases, but here is a nice cover she does that came out on the Brunswick label. Actually, it's the third of 14 releases she recorded for Brunswick. We send it out to all the moms out there. This one from January of '62 for Miss Linda Hopkins. Linda Hopkins and her version of the tune My Mother's Eyes.
While the bright and the guiding light that taught me wrong from right, I found in my mother's eyes. Mother's eyes, just like a wandering sparrow, one lonely soul. I walked the straight and narrow, to reach my goal. God's gift sent from above, a real unselfish love I found in my mother's
Sending that out to all the mothers out there for Mother's Day tomorrow. Miss Linda Hopkins, January 1962, on the Brunswick record label, her third of 14 releases on Brunswick, song entitled My Mother's Eyes. Let's continue here. We move into 1963 for this next song on the Decca record label, which caught my eye when I saw who produced the 45. It reads Gaudio Valley. Of course, I said, wait a minute. They're two of the Four Seasons members, of course, Bob Gaudio and Frankie Valli. Now, the song was written by actually a white group, gets the credit on this, all of them. They were known as the Four Buddies. They recorded some pop songs on the Coral record label, but they wrote this song specifically or supposedly for this group. I couldn't find that the Four Buddies recorded this one. It's not the Four Buddies on Savoy, Dennis. This is a white group called the Four Buddies. But this one arranged by Charlie Colello, produced by the Gaudio Valley, but arranged by Charlie Colello. And it's the B-side of the 45 that I like better. The A-side's okay. It was actually a top 10 record in Baltimore, Maryland, a song called Old Buttermilk Sky. But this is the B-side, which I like better, from June of '63. They're called the Page Boys. This is on Decca. The name of the tune is called If Tears Could Speak.
Listen to the tears, listen to the tears. If tears could speak,
what would they say? What would they say? If tears could speak, what would my tell you? If tears could speak, what would my say? Would they tell of how I cried for you and the reasons I'm so blue? What would they say? What would they say? The eyes of the windows of the heart, in that case, they should know better, baby, how I feel about you in my heart. These lonely tears come back to me, and in my nights of misery, when I'll never want to cry again, I'll never sigh again, I only want to say I love you so. I love you so. Listen to the tears. Please listen to my tears. Listen to the tears. Oh, lonely teardrops. Listen to the tears. Wanna sing my song now. Listen to the tears. I wanna tell my story.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure. Overtime, the Page Boys there. June 1963 release on the Decca record label. Their tune called If Tears Could Speak. Yes, they be making loud noises. Yes, they will. No tears here for a Saturday evening. Johnny G spinning original vinyl 45s. We were doing early 60s here. Let's continue as I close the Vinyl Treasure Show, the last 50s and early 60s edition with this group out of Chicago. In the prior week, I featured the up-tempo A-side of this 45, a song called Spanish Love. Now, the B-side is an excellent ballad, as this group had other great-sounding records on Lucky 4 Diamond and Magic Touch Records, but this one is on Lenny LaCour's 620 record label, and it's the B-side with Morris Spearman on lead. Let's go back to December of 1963 with a group called the Swingin' Hearts. The Swingin' Hearts on 620 Records, and their tune called How Can I Love You?
You said that you love me. Now you say that we're through. You said that you need me. Now there's someone new. How can I love you? How can I know that you'll be true? I've tried so hard to love you. I've tried for success. I've even tried to
Great two-sided 45 there by the Swingin' Hearts. December 1963 release. 620 Records is the original label for that one. Morris Spearman on lead there. How Can I Love You, the name of the tune. You can also get it cheaper on the NRM label. I think that was a label out of Pittsburgh. They reissued that 45. John G here spinning 1960s, early 60s sounds. We do 1950s and early 60s here for a Saturday evening starting at 10 p.m. Let's continue with this next 45. Very confusing if you can understand me as I describe this next 45, but this group is called the Executives, who also recorded as the Challenger on this label I'm featuring, which is called Explosive. Now, the Challenger's Explosive release also came out on a label called Revenge Records as the Executives. Now, so if you got all that, then you know what I'm talking about, but maybe you don't. But let's give a spin to this 45 from 1963 on the Explosive label, as this group is called the Executives. It's from 1963. The name of the tune is called River of Tears.
Don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. Drown in the river, don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. In the river of tears. It seems like a million years since I've seen your face, 'cause I wanna be with you in so many ways. So don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. Drown in the river, don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. Drown in the river of tears. I wrote to the angels above to see what they could do. No one will ever know the love that I have for you. So don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. Please don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. In the river of tears. Darling, yeah, darling, hey, darling, yeah, darling, darling, looking down, darling, darling. I wrote to the angels above to see what they could do, 'cause no one will ever know the love that I have for you. So don't let me drown in the river, not in the river of tears. Please don't let me drown, not in the river of tears. Oh, please don't let me drown. No, don't let me drown. No, now, not in the river of tears. Please don't let me drown.
Warren likes that tune there. That's an expensive 45, Warren. Not easy. Anything by this group on this Explosive or Revenge label. Very expensive, but they're called the Executives. The Executives from 1963. That's on the Explosive label. A song called River of Tears. Let's continue for a little bit more here. Have another duo up on the Vinyl Treasure Show. As I posted this one, this was the last post on my Facebook page. Stereo Tom had to correct me on a couple things on this record, but this is a duo called Paul and Dale. Now, even though this 45 on Mercury was not a success for this duo, both eventually did find success, mainly in their songwriting capabilities. For instance, Paul, who is singing on this record, wrote the hit for the Lemon Pipers in 1968. It was a big #1 record called Green Tambourine. And Dale, who was the co-writer of the song that I'm playing on Mercury, also co-wrote a tune for Steam called Na Na Hey Hey Kiss 'Em Goodbye. I also think that this guy Paul was involved in writing that record too, which was a #1 record in 1969. But here they are from May of 64. I think they were both from Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is on the Mercury record label, sort of a doo-wop-ish sound to it. It's the late one though. It's from May of 64, and this is the intended A-side. They are Paul and Dale, really Paul Lecca and Dale Frazier. I think that's how you say it. Frashur. Paul Lecca, Dale Frazier. They wrote this one. This was arranged by Gary Sherman. Let's give it a spin. May 64, Paul and Dale on Mercury with a tune called She Belongs to Me.
She was your girlfriend, so I've been told. She set you free. Now you're jealous of me. Stay away, stay away. She belongs to me. In school you flirt with her. You want her back. But my friend, can't you see that she loves me? Stay away, stay away. She belongs to me. You ask her for a date, she tells you no. You ask her to the dance, but she won't go. Can't you see? Can't you see? She belongs to me. So stop your flirting. She doesn't love you. Why? Go on pretending. You know that you're through. Can't you see? Can't you see? She belongs to me.
I think that's a great doo-wop record. Had no chance, zero chance of making it in May of 1964, but that is the A-side of the 45. Paul and Dale, a.k.a. Paul Lecca, Dale Frazier there on Mercury Records, song entitled She Belongs to Me. John G here spinning original vinyl 45s. We are doing Vinyl Treasure overtime tonight. Let's continue with a few more. Actually, I want to get to another request for Bopper Boy Warren, but let's stay with the duos. This duo, they're from Los Angeles, California. They started recording back in 1957. 2007 on Art Rupe's specialty record label. Then they had releases on the Raystar label. You might know some of their tunes, a couple bug songs that they do. They do a dance called The Roach, and they also do a song called The Roach Stomp. But they had two releases on the Philips record label. I'm playing the B-side to their second release. They are Eugene Washington and Wendell Jones, better known as Gene and Wendell. I like this song that they do from October of '63. Gene and Wendell on Philips with their tune called Your Sister or You.
Sister goes too. I don't get a chance to be alone with you. It's so aggravating. Who am I dating? Ooh, your sister are you? How long can I go on? What's this turning into? Who am I into? Your sister are you? You've always been close, sticking like glue. She's almost Siamese to you. What if she's nice, crying out loud? Or don't you know, hey now, that three's a crowd. Saturday night, I only want you. You better come along, or baby we'll be through. Let me know what's shaking, or I won't be taken. Your sister are you? Let's start turning loving. Who am I loving? Your sister are you? Oh, baby, I just wanna love you.
Duos here on the Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Gene and Wendell, really. Eugene Washington, Wendell Jones. They are Gene and Wendell, October 1963. On the Philips record banner, Your Sister or You. Yes, make the choice. Playing a lot of duos and duets tonight, too. I didn't plan it that way. Just happening this way. Let's continue here. A while back, I played the B-side of this next 45. Came out on the Spokane record label, a song called All I Want Is You. Actually, that was the up-tempo side, as done by this Brooklyn, New York singer whose real name is Sheldon David English, but he shortened it to Scott English. And here is the A-side to his follow-up to a song that a lot of the Pittsburgh collectors really like, his rendition of the tune High on a Hill, written as this side, also written by and produced by Frank Carey, with the background vocals by a group called the Accents. This is the A-side of the follow-up on the Spokane label from May of '64. Scott English with his tune called Here Comes the Pain.
I call your name since you have gone.
sin. Please tell me how, oh how have I sinned? What's left to do when he comes to pay? All my happiness has turned to loneliness, and I fear what must be due. You won't hear my plea. Is this my destiny to go on living without you? Here comes the storm, the wind and the rain. There goes my heart, just yours it will remain. Here comes the dawn, and here comes the
Another 45 that really had no chance surviving in May of '64. Porky Chedwick probably playing that record for sure, though. But that's the second of two for Scott English and the Accents on the Spokane record label. That is the A side of the 45, a song called Here Comes the Pain. The flip's a great up-tempo. If you like the up-tempo sides, All I Want Is You. John G here doing Vinyl Treasure Overtime. We're going to continue here for this next group out of Long Island, previously recorded as the Imaginations on the Music Maker label. You may recall their 1961 song, a song called Goodnight Baby. That featured Frank Mancuso on lead, but Frank left the group. I think he was probably drafted into the service sometime in 1962 or so, and in came Bobby Bloom to take his place. Bobby Bloom, who had a 70 or 71 hit that I remember that I purchased, a song called Montego Bay, but he became the leader of the group. And here is the B-side of a 45 they do on the Parkway record label, written by Pete Antel and John Lind. But they didn't, they changed their name. They weren't the Imaginations anymore. They changed it to the Expressions. And here are the Expressions with Bobby Bloom on lead. This one from November of '63 on Parkway, the B-side, a song called To Cry.
Every time I start to think about you, I wonder why you choose to roam. I have to leave the world behind me and go where I can be alone. To cry because I love you, because I need you. It seems like that's the thing to do. Every time I stop to think about you, I wonder where you are tonight. The only thing I know will help me is to wander out of sight. And because I love you, because I need you, it seems like that's the thing to do. I try to tell myself that you mean nothing to me, and that I'll find a way to end my misery. Every time I stop to think about you, it matters not where I may be. I just can't stop them tears from flowing.
Yes, Warren, both sides of that 45 are good. Those are the Expressions there, November 63, a.k.a. The Imaginations. Bobby Bloom doing lead on that one on the Parkway record banner. That's the B-side, a song called To Cry. John G here in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. We continue here. We'll go back to Los Angeles, California, to Lou Bedell's Dore record label, a song I really, really like. Actually, both sides of this 45 are excellent in my opinion, as this song was produced by Bobby Sanders, arranged by Gene Page. And I've played this one before, but it's been a while. I love this tune by a group called The Symbols. I don't know anything else about the group, but they're called The Symbols. It's from March of 63, Dore Records, song entitled Last Year About This Time.
Last year, about this time, you put your lovely lips to mine and said we'd have love forever. But not to love, but I didn't want to believe them. But now I love about this time. You put your lovely lips to mine and said we'd have love forever. Now I'm living in the
Boy, that record's got some miles because I played the heck out of it. I got a nice mint promo, which is on the yellow Dore record label. That's March 1963. The Symbols on the Dore record label, song entitled Last Year About This Time. Flipside's good on that one too, so stay tuned for that. Let's continue for a few more here. Let's stay out in California for this cool East LA sound by a group called the Charades. Now, they have some pretty great, cool releases. One on Fred Astaire's Ava record label. They have another on Art LeBeau's Original Sound label. And here's one, which is their debut single on George Sherlock's Northridge label. And who sold me this record? West Coast record dealer and friend Eddie Estrada sold me this 45. So Warren, next time you see Eddie, tell him thank you. He sold me this record about 15 years or so ago, but it's okay shape, but it's a hard record to find. It's a cool tune from May of 63. These are the Charades on Northridge with their tune called For You. Cool tunes here as we shut down the Vinyl Treasure Show. 2 more 45s to go. Warren, I got a request for you. Last minute request I added in. But we just heard the Charades from May of 63. Northridge Records for that one. Their tune called For You. 2 more 45s to go. Second to last one is a request for a bopper boy. Warren sent me requests late. I was able to pull out 2 45s for Warren. He wanted to hear this girl group called the Colettes, who were rumored to be Teresa Cleveland and Ann Glissendanner of the Soul Sisters, who recorded on the Sue record label. They had 3 Billboard charters, national charters, best known for their tune called I Can't Stand It, released in March of 64. Maybe this is them, but who really knows? Someone just was speculating. But this one charted regionally, though, that Warren requested, number 13 on WJMO in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm featuring it on the original label, Barbara Records. You can also get this one on the Checker label. We send it out to Warren by request, October 64, the Colettes on Barbara with a tune called Who's That Guy?
Who's that guy? He's a handsome guy, and I love that guy, but I don't know why. Tell him that I want him, tell him that I need him, tell him that I want him, tell him that I need him. Yeah, who does he belong to? I said, who does he belong to? Who's that guy? That well-built guy. He makes my heart weak, and I don't know why. Tell him that I want him, tell him that I need him, tell him that I want him, tell him that I need him. I wanna know who does he belong to? I said, who does he Now take a look at that guy. He's my guy. Told me that he loved me, and I know he didn't lie. He told me that he loved me. He told me that he needed me. He told me that he loved me. He told me that he needed me. Well, you know where he belongs to. I said, you know where he belongs to. He told me that he loved me, told me that he loved me, told me that he needs, told me that he needs, told me that he loves, told me that he loves, told me that he needs, told me that he needs.
By request for Bopper Boy Warren there, wanted to hear the Colettes from October 1964 on the Barbara record label, song entitled Who's That Guy? Well, time for this guy to bow out of here. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to original vinyl 45s out of my collection. You want to get in touch with Johnny G, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. You can also contact me at JohnnyGsVinyltreasures@gmail.com. I've been recording this one on the Ustream broadcaster, and we're going to get it up on my YouTube account. Hopefully no copyright infringements for Johnny G this week, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, we got a closer tonight. Another group out of Los Angeles, California, had 18 releases on Lou Bedell's Dore record label between 1964 and 1967. We're going to feature their second release, actually, it is a old Nat King Cole song from 1946, and there is a video clip of them recording this one or lip syncing this one on Dick Clark's American Bandstand, and this one charted regionally number 83 on Cashbox, also 83 on Billboard, but number 2, a big monster hit on KRLA out in Los Angeles, California. Also did well on KYA and KWB and KFWB. Features Eleanor Green on lead. Our closer tonight is from July 64, the Superbs on Doré, and their tune Baby Baby All the Time. That's going to do it, folks. And tomorrow evening, please tune in to my buddy Dave the Rave and Relics and Rarities. Want to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Enjoy your day, and I hope to see you here next Saturday starting at 10 p.m. for another 50s and early 60s Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going to do it, folks. Hope you dug on the tunes. Just want to say, everybody, so long.
Baby.